Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Stan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever, brought to you by Roundtable Sports, real coverage from real fans. I am obviously feeling some type of way today, ladies and gentlemen. The Buffalo Bills end up beating the Jaguars. Top 3 day of my life. I'm not going to lie to you. It was wonderful watching Jaguars fans Thanos snapped out of existence from my reply section on Twitter. It is a beautiful thing. But we have a lot more games to discuss. We'll touch on the Bills, Jags. TD, happy birthday.
It's not my birthday.
It definitely is your birthday.
It's my birthday. Okay.
Happy birthday, TD. Guys, go crazy. You know, wish TD a happy birthday for us. Help us out. What's going on?
We popping bottles on my birthday.
Sparkling baby. Let them know TD sparkling water.
Oh man, no, it's a beautiful day, man. I'm just getting further into my unk years, so we all good, man. But thank you all for the love and support and the birthday wishes. And guess what? I'm actually excited because I get to talk about some great games that happened this weekend on my birthday. So let's get into it. I love it.
Let's get into it, indeed. Rich, what up, man?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear TD. Happy birthday to you.
Dolphins are never going to win a Super Bowl in your lifetime.
Damn.
But you know what? The biggest gift of all is coming next weekend for me for my birthday. The Bills are going to lose.
He's spoiling his picks.
No.
He's spoiling his picks, man. And by the way, I do need to give you credit because you did accurately predict exactly what was going to happen with the Buffalo Bills and Jaguars game down to the final score and actually how they ultimately ended up winning. It was nuts when you called me checking on my shoulder yesterday, which is fine, folks.
Worried about you, man.
yeah, you know, I threw my shoulder out on stream. But yeah, dude. Kudos to you. Maybe TD does know ball.
Like it's not a maybe, man. Y'all just resist the fact that I know ball, man.
Yeah, dude.
There's no evidence that he knows ball.
Yeah, go Richie hating because
all right. Well, folks, as always, we ask the second that you come in here, we need you to hit that thumbs up sign for us. And more importantly, we are nosy. We want to understand how far our fan base truly extends. Where are you tapping in from this afternoon? What fan base are you representing? I'm talking to everybody watching, literally everybody. Right now, there's 138 of you watching on YouTube. I need 138 locations. Do not be shy. We need to give a giant shout out to our good friends over on Sleeper. Folks, Sleeper is the #1 player prop platform on the face of the planet. It's a very simple process. You pick anywhere between 2 to 5 players to add to your parlay. And if you accurately project their projections, then you could walk away a big winner. And the best part about it is they're giving you $20 just for signing up that you could put toward your parlay for Houston Texans and Pittsburgh Steelers tonight. Shout out to Sleeper, proud partner of the show all year. If you haven't downloaded it yet, what are you doing? Go on ahead and lock in. Shout out to Sleeper. We really appreciate that. How about New Jersey is joining the building? Wyoming is in here. Go Bills. We have Queens, New York, the Cochito burrito. I love that. I absolutely love that. Wyoming is in the building. Wyoming again. Wow, man. Wow, dude. 75% of the population of Wyoming is in the building. I love it. New Hampshire is in here, man. Fort Lauderdale, go Bills. Rock Hill, South Carolina. Delaware, a Dolphins fan. Kona, Hawaii, go Bills. Hershey, Pennsylvania. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Indiana. Watching from Bangor, Maine is in the building. We have North Carolina. Albany, New York, man. Bath, New York. Northeast New Jersey. He's like, nice try, FBI. I'm not telling you my town. Venezuela, Jets fan. Okay. Georgia Patriots for life. And Long Island, the New York Jets, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. Let me know when we have an opposing fan base come in here. besides AFC East fans. We're working on it. We are working on it indeed. But I want to talk about the first game that we watched. And holy hell, did the Carolina Panthers make the LA Rams sweat again. Holy hell, guys. I genuinely believed that the Carolina Panthers were going to win that game at one point. Going into the fourth quarter, all of the momentum was on Carolina. And if it wasn't for that dropped pass on the would-be fourth down conversion from Bryce Young, perhaps we would be having a different conversation. But it's the playoffs. Style points don't matter. This is not a beauty contest. This is survive and advance. And the LA Rams ultimately ended up doing enough. TD, instant reactions from this game, your biggest takeaways, go off.
Yeah, I actually refuse to cover this game because
I think your mic's not connected.
And you're correct, Richie.
3 seconds. But now I'm on.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I'm shocked. I was shocked. I don't know if I'm supposed to respect the Panthers or be a little more down on the Rams here. I thought this was going to be a massive blowout, but this ended up being a shootout. Both teams played their behinds off and made the most of it. And you know what, man? Bryce Young, man, I got to give him a little bit more love, man. He's becoming a better and better player in the NFL. Again, the jury's still out, but you know, I'm gonna calm down on my criticism that I've given him over the years, and now start to. Now, I'm not gonna say I respect the game yet, that he's one of those guys, but he is still in the process of growing, and he's actually headed in the right direction. So who am I to, just write his future in that situation? So I love what I saw from Bryce Young overall in the game. Everything wasn't perfect, but overall, man, this is the biggest stage. This is a moment where you're going up against one of the hottest teams, one of the best teams in the league. Let me not say hottest. I feel like the Panthers got the job done to their standard, but came up short, unfortunately. But the Rams, let me say this too. We got to slow down on the Rams. They didn't finish the season strong. They did not finish the season strong, and that might have had a little bit to do with the slow start, the subpar play in this game. At one point, it looked like they were going to dominate, and then all of a sudden, they just looked like they were on the same level as the Panthers, and that's not good. It has me a little more skeptical about the Rams, and I got to tell you, I got a whole new favorite in the NFC to get to the Super Bowl now after watching this game.
Oh, damn. I don't want you to spoil who that is because we have a lot to discuss on today's episode. But look, I do want to give credit to the Carolina Panthers. I understand there's no moral victories, but I'm not a Panthers fan. I can give moral victories to whoever I want, as long as it's not the Buffalo Bills, obviously. However, this team came out to play. And if this team can find some shred of consistency moving forward, I think that they have a pretty bright future, especially in the NFC South. I think that they are very well coached. I think that if you can see that version of Bryce Young, not even 100% of the time, 75% of the time is going to get them well into an 11 and 12 win season. That offense is moving. They're very young, and they have the size advantage in wide receivers. You could see that they were bullying the DBs over in LA. I'm not so much going to come down on Los Angeles for struggling against them. When you look at just pure size profile mismatches, the Carolina Panthers were not a good matchup for their secondary. Not a good matchup whatsoever. So I'm willing to forgive, and I'm very curious to see how LA performs next week. But this Panthers team, wow. Matthew Stafford, while having a rough game, a quality defense, that defensive coordinator over in Carolina has his number. They know how to get to him. I have a feeling that LA is going to be fine, right? As far as Matthew Stafford struggled, as mentioned previously, but in the big moments, he delivered. Richie.
Yeah, exactly. The big moments he delivered, and that's how I look at this game. Yeah, the inconsistencies were there. You didn't see, a good stretch of games, but is anybody bringing up Caleb Williams' inconsistencies, or are we just singing his praise right now? What we care about is if you came through in the moment, and that's what Caleb Williams did, and that's what Matthew Stafford did. That drive he had after the Panthers took the lead, Bryce Young, dime touchdown. And then I've never seen a clutch touchdown drive like that was executed flawlessly in precision and how fast it happened. It was like you blink and the Rams scored. I knew they were going to. I'm like, yeah, Panthers fans are excited right now, but way too much time on the clock for the MVP of the league that's about to go out there. And that's what he did. And yeah, of course, if he wants to win a Super Bowl, he's going to have to start getting consistent, Matthew Stafford, for 4 quarters. But he showed in that game that he's poised, he's confident. And, you know, I want to sing the praise for the Panthers as well, give them their credit, because I agree with everything you said there. I think Bryce Young and the Carolina faithful, they have a bright future. I like Bryce Young's poise. I think that he bounced back and he was able to step up his game in the clutch as well. They didn't lose this game because of him. That's for sure. If the Panthers got one stop on defense and stopped Stafford on that drive, I just said he executed flawlessly, we'd be praising Bryce Young as like that was his moment. But since the defense couldn't get that stop at the end of the game, they're losers of that game and their season's over. So awesome game to start off the wildcard weekend.
Crazy stuff. An 8-9 team taking a 13-win team, right? From LA to the damn wire.
Yeah.
To the absolute damn wire, man. You love to see it. All right, moving on to the next matchup. Let's talk about that Packers and Chicago Bears game. Dude. If you were to even take a moment, all right, and scroll through some of the interactions on X or some of the thoughts posted on X, man, you saw the pain in Bears fans' eyes, man. You heard it in their voice, man. You felt it in their paragraphs that they were dropping out there saying, I'm getting so sick of the damn Packers. I heard something crazy that the Bears had not beaten the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs since like the 1930s or something like that. Like, it has been a complete and utter ownership of two organizations. And Chicago ultimately ended up coming out on top. Richie alluded to this. Caleb Williams certainly had his inconsistencies, but in the big moments, he came back and he orchestrated perhaps one of the most beautiful fourth quarter comebacks I have seen. Absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, this Packers team couldn't find answers. You know, Micah Parsons not being out there certainly rang loud, but the Chicago Bears, man, for the first time since God knows how long, it's won a playoff game.
15 years.
They're advancing. 15 years.
Must be nice.
15 years has advanced into.
How does that feel, TD, that a team broke their playoff win drought?
Dude.
You still got to get there, Richie, the Jets, okay?
Well, when we get there, we win. We're not. What's the point of getting there if you're not going to win? Come on.
So the thing is, right, like, you can look at what Jordan Love was able to do, and like, he was super efficient. He threw for well over 300 yards. But if you want to talk about who won the battle of efficiency, it was hands down the Chicago Bears. So they went 10 for 19 on third downs compared to where the Green Bay Packers went 6 for 15. The Green Bay Packers also stacked up 7 penalties for a total of 65 yards. While I'm going to give the Bears flowers, the Green Bay Packers did themselves 0 favors as far as clutch plays when needed and discipline. It's what it is. And that was a crazy throw right there from Caleb Williams. Exactly what we wanted to see from him. But Richie, thoughts on this game? Are we riding this damn Bears bandwagon all the way to the NFC Championship? Talk to me.
The one thing about this game you got to say is rivalries have never been more better than it is in this one right here. Ben Johnson hates the Packers.
He does.
And he made it known, bro. You see
how he about that exchange with a handshake.
Dude, the exchange, and even when his opening press conference of being the Bears head coach, he just mentioned how much he enjoyed beating LaFleur twice a year with the Lions. He's excited to keep doing that. Like this, there's some deep hatred for LaFleur and the Packers that Ben Johnson has. And it's really cool to see him not hiding it. The way he's shaking his hand, the way he's being open about it in the locker room, where the Bears social media team is posting a video of him literally cursing out with F-bombs how much he hates the Packers. Like, it's awesome. The league needs that. People are like, oh man, shake the guy's hand like a professional. Give me a break, bro. Yeah. Enough with that. Like, give me real. Like, I want Aaron Glenn to rock Mike Vrabel in the jaw after we beat him one time. I'm just kidding. But that's obviously too much. But all jokes aside, we want rivalries, man. We want that. And I think that is something that I noticed. But Caleb Williams has proven that he's got that freaking it factor, man. Clutch gene on display. They don't have clutch player of the year in the NFL.
No.
They do in the NBA because, Jalen Brunson won that last year, by the way, TD. But they should have that award here in the NFL, clutch player of the year, because I love that award in the NBA.
So what really needs to be talked about is like who this Bears offense runs through. And it's crazy because like when you have players like Rome Odunze, you have damn DJ Moore on the team, you have Luther Burden on the team, your leading receiver all season long has been rookie tight end Colson Lovewood. Like you saw it during a game when things just weren't working for the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson just said, we're throwing to Colson Loveland damn near every single pass, and you're going to prove to us that you can stop it. And that's when everything shifted for Chicago. Man, they're so fun to watch, and I agree with Richie. Hate makes this sport great. All right? Start hating your rivals. Who cares about professionalism? TD, talk to me. Bears, Packers.
The Packers are down bad. The Bears won this game, and they turned the ball over twice. And the Packers never turned the ball over in the playoffs, okay? In the playoffs. This is bad for the Green Bay Packers. This team, this is why they knew they needed Micah Parsons, and unfortunately he got hurt this year for games like this. It really didn't make any sense. I mean, Green Bay, they did some really good things, but I'm going to be honest with you. Caleb Williams is just that dude. I don't know if there's a more clutch player in the NFL. I really don't know if there is. This guy might be the most clutch player in the entire NFL. He is now certified in my eyes. He is legitimate. If you give him a chance in the fourth quarter, he gonna make you pay. And at a minimum, he gonna do his job. He's certified. I don't know how I can rank it. I got to go through my quarterback rankings, but he's a top 10 quarterback right now. The way he plays the position and the way that he shows up when it matters most, please, like I said, tell me who in the NFL has been better. I mean, this is and Josh Allen is one of those top guys at that, But this Caleb Williams peaking everybody right now. You do not want Caleb Williams. It could be down by 10. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Fourth quarter? No. We about to game. Gamers gonna game. We're gonna go out there and play. This kid is phenomenal. He makes the right throws at the right time. And I know and this was a nice team win by the Bears. But at the same token, you got to give it up to that guy. Remember, this is the same guy we were a little skeptical about early in his career. I never saw him getting to this point, and he's here.
Really?
The Bears, I didn't. The Bears are a real threat, but they still may not be my favorite to make it to.
Man, I really thought.
Now, what's your thoughts of Ben Johnson's little handshake to LaFleur there? See his face. Oh, man. And Ben Johnson actually was asked today about his comments of saying F the Packers. Why don't you take a listen in?
Yeah, let me hear.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, there's a rivalry that exists between these two teams, something that I fully recognize and I'm a part of. And I mean, I don't like that team. So George and I.
Yeah,
beautiful. Though.
I said what I said.
Double down.
Yeah,
that's a double down right there. What do you? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I got nothing but respect for that team. I have nothing but respect for what LaFleur is doing. Instead, he's like, I don't. What do you want me to say? I don't like that team.
And I love
yeah. What do you want me to say? I don't like that team.
The fans can resonate with it.
Oh, yeah.
That you got a coach that isn't just business as usual. We want to take care of business. No, I hate that team. I don't like them. And the fans don't.
Everything I did was personal in that game. Everything I did.
I love it.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Oh, man. They got the coach. They got the quarterback. They got
I see a vision of the future, man. This is about to be the Jets against the Patriots, bro. We're going to have Aaron Glenn saying how much he hates the Patriots after we start beating them.
Yeah.
Just like the Packers always own the Bears forever. The Patriots own the Jets right now. But when we come and start, tide's going to shift. I can't wait, man.
He's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. I hate that team. And bravo.
I love every bit of it.
Bravo to those guys. Guys, we have a game tonight, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. And we already talked about sleeper, right? But if you really want to make sure that you hit your numbers tonight on your parlays, I'd go check out RotoWire, man. RotoWire is the #1 player prop research tool on the market today. It's a very simple process. Log into RotoWire, and they give you the locks for overs and unders on all of the props found on Sleeper. It's a cheat code for all of you parlay warriors out there. Signing up, you will receive 15% off as long as you use code RTS. RotoWire, proud partner. We sincerely appreciate you. Damn. All right.
People aren't liking my joking of a delusional take. Guys, it was a joke. Don't take what I said seriously, please.
No, when Richie believed it.
They comparing me to you, TD, like, man, Richie, that was a TD take there. Absolute delusion.
No, you don't think that. No.
Damn, man. Either, brother. Damn, man. We're going pretty crazy. Let's shift over to the Bills and the Jaguars game, actually.
I thought we were waiting for Wednesday night.
No. We can talk about this one lightly, and don't worry, I have a bone.
If you lost, you would wait till Wednesday, though.
And so I have a bone to pick. With Colby. Okay, I'm glad Colby's not here, but it's okay. We're going to talk about that.
Oh, a bone to pick.
A bone to pick with Colbs, okay, for picking against the Buffalo Bills. I know you want to avoid us, man. I know you do. I know you do.
Who didn't pick against the Bills?
Who?
TD and I.
Oh, you're right. You did pick the Bills to win. Thank you. You guys are spared. So with this preview, I think I kind of want to talk about more so of what the Jacksonville Jaguars did wrong opposed to what the Buffalo Bills did right? And this is me looking from an objective standpoint. While Liam Cohn gets a lot of credit, and I give him credit, I think he is a great head coach. I think that he is going to lead this team into very consistent football within his tenure over in Jacksonville. The big part of this game, in my eyes, was coaching. It definitely was. Number one, this Jacksonville Jaguars team was at one point running down the Buffalo Bills' throat at will.
Thank you.
7.7 yards per carry. They were doing whatever the hell that they wanted. But then, for some reason, Liam Cohn looked around and said, you know what? Yeah, we're not doing that. All right. yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to let Trevor Lawrence win this game for us. I don't know what was going through his mind. Was it, hey, you know what? Maybe I want to, silence some of the doubters on Trevor. Maybe I want to put him in the spotlight. Although that, yes, he had 2 interceptions yesterday, but I promise you there were several opportunities where he very clearly could have had 4 or 5. This was not a good Trevor Lawrence game at all. So the fact that they just completely abandoned running against like Buffalo, at no point did we have a multiple score lead either. Like, don't give me the whole, oh yeah, well, it was more game script. Like we had to pass the football. Like with the Buffalo Bills were chewing up the clock. Like y'all were getting 7.7 yards per carry on the damn clip. Okay. And like you just decide to completely pull it away. You have so Cam Little, who never misses a field goal. According to Sean McDermott, he was hitting like 75-yard bombs in practice. He misses a give me 45-yard attempt going into it, right? Even when that the NFL officials ended up somehow giving them an extra second on the second half, which, by the way, the clock hit 0. They still gave him a second. He missed it. The 4th and 2 where Trevor Lawrence, his shin goes down. It's a turnover on downs when they're on their very own 12-yard line. This was just consistently like self-inflicted wound after self-inflicted wound. This game could have been won by Jacksonville if they ultimately just stuck to the run, which is completely bonkers to me. I thought that it was a piss-poor debut as far as a coach going into the playoffs. I think he's going to improve, but if I'm a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, I am significantly upset about that. That much I can tell you. As far as the Buffalo Bills, man, look, so the defense stepped up, especially Tre'Davious White. Shout out Tre'Davious White, man. Even Bills fans were giving him a lot of shit for signing with the team. They said he was old. They said he was washed, but he was by and large one of the best players we had out on the field yesterday from the defensive side of the football. He's probably a top 10 CB2 in the league right now based off of how he has been playing. It's his football IQ. He's great in man coverage, solid in zone, solid situation. That And then, of course, our offense, right? Finally finding wide receivers to make plays downfield with Brandon Cooks making that incredible grab, especially when Josh Allen was facing a free runner on that final game-winning drive. That 11-yard tush push, which was absolutely insane. The Buffalo Bills end up winning in a very hostile environment in a stadium in which that we don't have a lot of luck. Buffalo Bills advance. And I'm feeling good, man. It's on to Denver. TD, go ahead.
So, yeah, this game was like, when you look at the box score and stuff, you wouldn't really be able to get a handle on like how this game actually went. There were keys to Jacksonville winning. And by the way, I knew they wouldn't win. Okay. I knew Buffalo would win this game, but I did say if they want to win, here's what's going to happen. They got to stop the Bills run. And they did that.
They did.
They stopped the Bills run game. And then I said, but they're going to have to run the ball consistently down the Bills' throat. And I believe they can. And they did until they just stopped and said, let Trevor cook. Like, let Trevor cook, you know. And here's the thing. Here's what nobody's talking about, Dan. Even though they put the ball in Trevor's hands, it worked. It actually worked. Like, when they start throwing the ball, they got touchdowns after touchdowns. But that wasn't the point of the run game. The point of the run game for Jacksonville was to control the clock, to manage the game and let it just drag on. The less time Josh Allen has on the field, the better chance that you get. And they just stopped any running presence. So when they rarely ran later in the game, it was 2 yards, 1 yard. They stopped. The rhythm wasn't there. Any of that wasn't there. And I'm going to be honest, I was actually shocked. The Buffalo Bills had the ball like 34 minutes in this game, and Jacksonville had it 26. You can't do that. You cannot operate under those circumstances. You have to run the ball and limit the game, because Buffalo wouldn't have put up 27, in my opinion, if you would have limited the game. But instead, you want to throw the football. It was in the run game was working. It wasn't even a desperate situation. Not at any point except the last drive was there a desperate situation. But they treated it as such, and they were throwing their way the entire time instead of managing the clock. So Jacksonville gets what they deserve. They lost the game. I picked the Bills to win because they've been there and done that. The Jags really haven't, to a degree, even past the first round. But here's another thing. Last thing. Trevor Lawrence is who we thought he was. I don't care nothing about no great record in your last 7 games. You're looking good. Yeah, but hey, the lights are bright now. You in beautiful sunny Florida. Ain't no weather conditions. Ain't no excuse. And you went out there and you turned the ball over twice, and the game losing, the dagger turnover. So Trevor is a good quarterback, but that's what he is. Just good enough not to be good enough.
Yeah. So the only reason why I think that they could have just abandoned the run was because when Jordan Poyer went down, we had a rookie safety fill in for him, and he was getting gashed, right? Like, he was getting gashed. So I'm trying to rack my brain over, like, so the decision making, like maybe Liam Cohen said, oh yeah, like running the ball is working, but now we have like a 5th round rookie as their free safety. Let's go ahead and target them or him. And it worked. But yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like they probably should have stuck to the run. That's me. Rich, what up? Go ahead.
No, yeah, I feel like that game, the way it started to how Trevor Lawrence responded from that initial interception, it was a defensive hard game, and then you saw the offenses starting to get clicking in the fourth quarter both ways. I think Trevor Lawrence, he showed me that he's able to overcome that mistake, had 3 touchdown passes, was making some plays. The run game was working. But then it all came down to this. I called exactly what was happening with 5 minutes left. The Jaguars had the ball with a chance to take the lead, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
They go out there and they take the lead, touchdown. And I'm like, okay, Jaguars fans and Jaguars people are hyped up like that lead's going to disappear very soon because the Bills are going to go down the field and score a touchdown with enough time for Trevor Lawrence to get one last opportunity, and this game is going to come down to the last drive of Trevor Lawrence with a minute to go. During the roundtable cast that we did, which, by the way, was awesome, And if you guys have not checked it out, make sure you do. TD left me because his power went out. And I was saying on that show exactly what I thought was going to happen. It's exactly what happened. And Trevor Lawrence had his opportunity just to get 3 points. Cam Little can make up from his missed field goal to go into overtime. But Trevor Lawrence throws the ball up. And I think that that last interception, that throw wasn't so much on Trevor Lawrence. More it was about how fantastic the Buffalo Bills secondary played on that play and the whole game. Tre'Davious White got his hand up, contested it, tipped it up right into the safety's lap to intercept that ball. I mean, that is what Trevor Lawrence was doing, putting the ball up to give his wide receiver an opportunity to make a play over the middle in a clutch opportunity. The wide receiver got clamped. White was all over it, and he tipped it up, and they got intercepted. So I think this game really showed you the strength of the Buffalo Bills is their secondary. Yeah, you can run on them, but you can't throw on them really to a point where they're going to make plays. They get their hands on the ball. They create turnovers. It's been that way. That's the Sean McDermott way. That's what I feel like the backbone of Sean McDermott's defense always is the back end. They allow you to run, but if you try to throw the ball consistently, they're going to go out there and make some plays. So kudos to the Buffalo Bills escaping a big win. Josh Allen got nicked up throughout the entire game. That guy is a freaking warrior. I got a lot of respect for Josh, dude. I mean, his knee cracks in half, and then his ear and neck twists, and then his finger snaps in 4 different ways, but he's still out there. Yeah, he really is an Iron Man, bro. It's unbelievable that he's out there putting the city of Buffalo on his back, or Orchard Park, if you want me to get technical. But congratulations, Bills Mafia. You move on.
He's not real, man. He's not real. Like, that poor dude, brother. Oh man. Like, we were seeing all those memes or something like that of that South Park dad, all beat up and shit, being like, I didn't hear no bell, brother. I didn't hear no bell. What are you talking about? And that truly was Josh Allen.
And I agree on your sentiment about the Jaguars beating themselves. Them going for it and turning the ball over where they could have got 3 points, then missing that 3 points. The coach, the Jaguars lost that game, man. They could have won that game if they just executed those small little things. And that's why playoff football is so detail-oriented. If you make 1 or 2 mistakes, that's going to come back and haunt you and lose you the games when it's all said and done.
Yeah, man.
The clock stops at the end of the game, when you go out of bounds and things like that. And this is why, or incompletions. And this is why the game plan was supposed to be supplementing some of those successful passes with successful runs, because the Bills had 5 minutes left to go do what they did. Had the Jags actually methodically had drives where they were running the football and the back end, the Bills might have only had 1 minute left to try to go down and get that touchdown that took them not 3 minutes. And they might have you would have had a better chance of them not getting that. But again, I put this a lot on coaching. And Trevor, I don't think Trevor was bad in this game at all, but he did make the key turnovers and sold at the very end whenever the clutch moment was right there for him.
Damn, man. Guys, we will definitely break down even more details of this on the AFC East Roundtable Wednesday evening. Guys, right now there is 332 of you watching right now on YouTube. I ask each and every single one of you to smash that like button for us, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel, guys. We are live Monday through Friday all year long, okay? All year long, breaking down all of the topics that you care about on this channel. I'm curious, too. It's pretty clear that we have a lot of AFC East people in the chat, but if anybody roots for a different team, please let us know in the chat what team you are currently representing outside of the AFC East. Always like understanding how far we truly expand. No hate today. Happy birthday to my bro, TD. Look at that, man. No hate on TD's birthday. I like that. A member for 3 months. Man, Headstrong J. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy right there, man. I like it. Matthew's a 49ers fan, which is fantastic. Because you want to know why? That's the next game we're talking about, pal.
Can we break it up?
What do you want to talk about, Rich?
I mean, the coaching search carousel. No, we can go into a lot of parts.
Yeah, we'll say that Tuesday.
Just because I got a little thing about, I saw a report today that's directly related to TD.
So I'll tell you what, man, we'll save that. So all 332 of these people come back tomorrow. How about that?
Nice. They better.
Know what I'm saying, dude? No.
TD, I would say this, man. TD gonna be disappointed with his coach they're gonna hire. But let's move on.
No, No, not
anyway.
Listen to all our stuff.
Let's move on to the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Damn, brother.
Oh, brother.
Listen, okay. I just knew it that the Philadelphia Eagles were going on their year of getting first rounded in the playoffs. It has been the same story for this team since Sirianni took over as the head coach. And it's one of the plagues of having a very good organization because typically your coordinators get poached each and every single year. This year, significant coordinator issues over in Philadelphia, starting with Kevin Patullo. I haven't double-checked on some of the news already. I wouldn't be surprised if Kevin Patullo was fired a couple of hours ago. I will double-check. If anyone knows, let me know. But again, rearing its ugly head, the San Francisco 49ers go into the link and walk out a victor, which is very difficult to do. All of the credit in the world to San Francisco. It was awful seeing George Kittle get carted off. Curious to see how this is going to make San Francisco look for the rest of the playoffs going into the divisional round. But a big win, man. This Philadelphia Eagles team, I'm sure they'll ultimately end up finding a new offensive coordinator, and they'll likely end up being Super Bowl contenders again next year. But damn. Shout out to the San Francisco 49ers. Richie, talk to me.
Yeah, the Niners are the team that everybody was sleeping on all throughout the regular season. Like, they were just quietly good, and no one really gave them any breath or any focus. It was Rams Seahawks in their own division, and then they all of a sudden come and they're like, wait a second, they control their own destiny. They can be the 1 seed until the Seahawks beat them, and then I'm excited to see what that rematch is going to look like this weekend, of course. But man, Brock Purdy, I got a lot of respect for him. I know he turned the ball over a few times, but he was making the plays in the big moments. Christian McCaffrey is just that dude. I just feel like the coaching staff, Robert Saleh back as their defensive coordinator. Like, the Niners are the way that they're built, man. They're the only team right now, besides the Rams, that are alive in the playoffs that have experience of going to the whole thing. This could be their year. I mean, I'm not going to put it past the Niners. Like, they're a sleeper team that go to the Super Bowl. They really are. They could beat the Seahawks. They could beat the Rams or the Bears if they get it to there. So I think that this could be a real Super Bowl threat with Robert Saleh back as the defensive coordinator and that offense now clicking. And unfortunate injury, of course, to George Kittle. But I like their backup tight end. I think he's able to do a lot of fun things.
And by the way, dude, Robert Saleh, good God, maybe the New York Jets gave up on him too soon.
Do you know where he should go? And if he does go there, he's going to be a dog.
He's a genius, man. He's a very good defensive coordinator. Head coach, I'm going to have to see what he looks like in his next opportunity. Right. But you can't take it away from him. Where?
All jokes aside, Baltimore. I think Saleh and Baltimore is perfect because you build a championship defense with Baltimore, with Lamar, and let them do their offense their way. I'm just saying. But we'll talk about that all offseason.
San Francisco, Philadelphia, TD, go off.
AJ Brown, what you doing, man? What's going on over there, man? AJ Brown sold on the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, the last play of the game, he sold on the Eagles too. Because I truly do believe that the Philadelphia Eagles would have advanced had Jalen Hurts just put the ball up one-on-one AJ Brown on the right side on the last play of the game. I think that's where he would have redeemed himself for all of those drops and stuff in the game. But at that point, Jalen Hurts decided to throw in triple coverage instead of one-on-one on the boundary with AJ Brown. Already got his hands on the defender. Defender got his hands on him, looking like, is the ball coming up? No, it ain't coming to you. And I think they decided after everything that was going on, Jalen Hurts was never going to throw the ball to him because he lost faith in him. And I think that was a big mistake. You got to let your players, your big-time players, redeem themselves and get an opportunity to make face. Because guess what? Had they put that ball up to A.J. Brown and he would have caught it for the touchdown to win the game, would anybody have mentioned a single drop from the whole game? They wouldn't have. And I just think that was a terrible read by Jalen Hurts on the back end, throwing in the triple coverage on the last play. But the reality is they also just ran up against the team that I officially think is going to the NFC, the Super Bowl to represent the NFC. I think that this is the only team that might have an opportunity to beat the Bears, but I do need to see Seattle play in these playoffs. The 49ers just keep coming. They just keep on going at you. They just keep on going at you. You know, this team is so sound. They play the game. They're well coached. And the Eagles are as well, but the big-time players didn't show up for them. And for the 49ers, they did. I just think that this team is poised to do something special this year. Now, win a Super Bowl, I don't know about that, but the 49ers are the most scary team in the NFL right now because nobody has respected them for the last 10 weeks. I'm talking about true respect, picking them as a top option to actually go all the way. And now they continue to show people what they are able to do, man. This was huge. And think about it. Barkley ran the ball for like 150 yards. McCaffrey didn't run it for only about 50 yards. Like the Eagles, they did some things right in this game, but Purdy and company, they just keep on going at it. They don't stop. They just keep playing the game. And it's about, and I don't understand how they won. They turned the ball over twice. Purdy, 2 interceptions, and still got the job done, man. Shame on the Eagles, but they're about to break that up, ladies and gentlemen. You have seen this this nucleus of Eagles players together for the last time. They're going to do a whole new rebuild once again. You'll see them go on a 2-year hiatus, and then all of a sudden they back in the Super Bowl in 3 years or something like that. That's pretty typical of them. But the 49ers, congratulations. You played your behinds off. This was an excellent game. And here they are headed to the next round. I believe in this 49ers team more than anybody in the NFC right now.
And from a Bills fan perspective as well, I was so happy to see Darius Slay there watching his Eagles play, watching the team that he wished he was on get sent the hell home while his actual team, just won without him. All right, yeah, Darius. How do you like that, Darius Slay? Devontae is banned from MetLife. Smoke Bob. I got you, pal.
I swear, the Jets catch strays everywhere you look. Do you see what Devontae said over the weekend?
What did he say?
What did he say? Because I heard something about that.
What did he say?
You know how like they record them for like pre-production and it's like a little teaser. It was one of those like things. Devontae's like, well, we got to bring our A game in this game because if not, we're out there on the couch with the Jets or something. Just like,
oh yeah, I think I did see that.
Why are the Jets on your mind, bro? I swear the Jets are the most talked about bad team in NFL history, and I guess that will continue. We're just on everyone's minds.
Market. Yeah, it's a big market, man. It's fun to poke.
I don't know what it is.
It's fun to poke at them. Okay. Last night's game was awful. Okay. The Chargers and the New England Patriots game.
This is where we have to have a real conversation about something.
Soon as when I ultimately ended up soon as when I saw the Pats go up 16-3, I turned my TV off, Richie. I couldn't watch the game anymore, right? It was that grueling. It was some of the worst product of football. Y'all know that meme of like the scary looking dragons and stuff like that, but like then like that silly looking dragon. That was the perfect meme to describe that game that they saved for Sunday Night Football. It was awful. It was a snooze fest. Luckily, this Patriots defense is for real, but the real conversation I think Richie alluded to was this. Justin Herbert is an awful big game quarterback. He is awful in big games. We can give him all the excuses in the world. We can give him the banged up offensive line. We can give, hey, you were going up against a very, very good defense going into the playoffs. But when a guy like that is regularly put into the same conversation with guys like Patrick Mahomes, who has had his share of weak offensive lines, where you put him in the conversation of Josh Allen, who has also had lackluster rosters, decimated with injuries, with Joe Burrow that made it to a damn Super Bowl with a worse offensive line just a couple of years ago, Justin Herbert might go down as the Clayton Kershaw of quarterbacks in the NFL when it comes into big games. Richie, thoughts on this?
This is why I never believed in Justin Herbert. Never have. And this is why I don't want to hear a thing about his offensive line. I don't. Because Justin Herbert, if he's considered what the quarterback that so many people tell me about, you can overcome that. He went out there so many opportunities that it was just absolutely not there. Waiting for him to go out there, make a play, go make a throw, go make a play. Caleb Williams had those moments. Even Bryce Young had those moments. Even Trevor Lawrence had moments. He had 0 moments, not one. Now, you had mistakes. So did all his other quarterbacks. Caleb Williams had mistakes. Matthew Stafford had mistakes. Josh Allen had some mistakes, not many. But they all bounced back and made plays. Yeah, Justin Herbert made some mistakes. You can blame everything around him. But where are the plays? That's all I'm saying. Like, I saw throughout the weekend quarterback going out there making big-time plays and big-time moments. I didn't see Justin Herbert have one of those. And you needed that. And I feel like the jury's out on him, in my opinion. He just is a quarterback not to be good enough. Whatever that saying is, that's Justin Herbert. I'm sick of hearing he's elite because he's not in my eyes. I just don't. I feel like this game is not all on him. No, it's not. But you're the quarterback. You got to go out there and be aggressive and override calls and do something, man. 3 points in a playoff game is absolutely pathetic. So I'm just not really bought in on Justin Herbert. I think he was, he had the worst quarterback performance of the weekend, including all the losers too. Bryce Young played better, who lost. Jordan Love played better, who lost. Trevor Lawrence played better and lost. Jalen Hurts, maybe. Trevor. Yeah, Trevor at least had 3 touchdowns. That's what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying. Trevor Lawrence made mistakes, but he at least made plays. That's what I'm saying. Herbert didn't make any plays. 100% Trevor Lawrence played better.
Richie, look at this. Look at this.
It's not even close.
You're absolutely correct on this.
I know I am. I can debate with TD for hours on this. I'd love to.
So because that all right. So I'm a stats guy, right? And sometimes you're on it, sometimes you're not, but you're going to be on this one. This graph demonstrates a quarterback's individual performance based off of how they performed with their opportunities. We had Justin Herbert was dead last in EPA per play and dead last on PFF. He is right at the bottom left corner.
Because of no touchdowns.
Right there, dude.
Because of why?
Because of no touchdowns.
Yeah, we're just gonna poo-poo that. TD, you're gonna sit here and say
I'm gonna give my take.
You're gonna sit here and say Justin Herbert played better than Trevor Lawrence did?
Yeah, I think so.
That's ridiculous.
Okay,
that is pure bias. That's pure. I love Justin Herbert and I hate Trevor Lawrence.
I think Trevor played better.
I'll give my take.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
please.
I love to hear that. But yeah, all jokes aside, we poo-pooed on the Chargers, but now we celebrate the Patriots. This is the one thing I gotta say of the Patriots, bro. That's why I hate them. You know how TD said about the clock and how mismanaged it was on the Jaguar side of things?
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel is an absolute mastermind with the clock. Did you notice something?
He is.
In this game? Did you notice this one play that I was watching and I was like, this guy, they're running the ball, taking their time. They're on defense. And now instead of blitzing, which they've done all game, now they're backing up, allowing everything underneath. And what happens? They do a little substitution, a little jog off. Let me just do a little quick stretch on my way out. And the refs have to stop the Chargers and allow time for the sub while 15 seconds bleed off the clock. I've never seen a coach execute the clock so perfectly because that's exactly how you do it, man. So I got to respect it. This was a clash of two titans. This was not about Drake May versus Herbert for me. This was about Harbaugh versus Vrabel. And Vrabel showed why he is one of the best coaches in the NFL in this one. And I'm excited to see what they look like this weekend against one of the teams tonight. So congrats to New England.
What do you got, TD?
This was a great game, in my opinion. I love games like this where it's a defensive battle. And it's pretty tough for both teams to, actually score in this game. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, the scoring, even for the Patriots, didn't happen until late. They were even being held down. Drake May was being held down most of the game. Herbert was actually garbage in this game, okay? He was a garbage quarterback in this game. And I know people are going to be like, well, here come the excuses. But let me go ahead and walk you through what was happening in this game. You can say that, hey, I don't want to hear anything about the O-line, but they were putrid. The man got one hand. He fumbled the ball because he can't grip it. So any big major hit, you know how many times the Patriots defenders came in unblocked and laid a smack dab brutal hit on Justin Herbert. And I was actually shocked he kept getting up from it. But here's what the real issue in this game was, and it's one of the most underrated things. Do you remember early in this game in the first half, Drake May took like 3 different shots down the field and he overthrew the football?
Yep.
Anybody remember that? Drake May was overthrowing the ball a lot too in this game. The same thing with Herbert, because when you're in New England and 25 degrees and the wind is up to 20 miles per hour, they're trying to find the perfect touch. Drake May found it in the fourth quarter with 2 big passes. That's it. For the most part, there weren't many big passes for Drake May. He kept on misfiring, just like Herbert kept misfiring, because in those conditions, you got to find that perfect touch. What's the miles per hour at the time? And Herbert never found it in this game. He never found it, and that's shame on him. You got to show up in the big moment, and you got to make those plays. But don't tell me Herbert didn't make plays. He just had to do it with his legs, with all the pressure around him. He led his team in rushing. A Harbaugh coach team, Herbert led it in rushing. Had to rush the ball 10 times and led the team in rushing with 57 yards.
Well, I can tell you why. The Patriots are one of, if not the best team in the NFL, stopping the run.
Yeah. So
they had to adjust.
But this is the point
that's why the pass game needed to open up.
Yeah, but this is one of the, well, hold on now. That's not act like the Patriots weren't playing sound. I mean, at the end of this, just, you know what? They employed the Brian Flores defense. Did y'all see that around the entire NFL this weekend? People putting that zero blitz.
That ain't Flores. That's Belichick, but it started with Belichick. Let me just keep that a buck.
Well, Belichick didn't deploy it much. That was Flores calling that in those last few championships in New England.
Belichick is always known for that, which Brian Flores took and really expanded on more, I would say.
Well, I noticed the Patriots put some schematics to it. They would load 7 on the line, and then they would back out the whole strong side to cover those early routes. And Herbert, everything he looked at first wasn't there. He had to look to the next read, and sure enough, that pressure was coming. He either got obliterated or he hurried up and got it off or ran the football. That was the type of game it was. He couldn't get comfortable in the pocket. They didn't allow him. The New England Patriots had the perfect game plan against the Chargers. And the truth be told, Harbaugh just got out coached by Vrabel in this one. So for me, when we talk about the whole Trevor and Herbert, Trevor, for me, his statistics were better. But when we talk about actually blowing it for your team, Trevor's were just blatant interceptions. Herbert, even his fumble, that turnover, that's just terrible O-line play. He was battling the whole game, just could never make the big play and get in a rhythm. He was still horrible is what I'm saying. But at the same token, Trevor Lawrence blew it for his team. Herbert fought for his team the whole night. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, but Trevor Lawrence also fought for his team to put them in that situation to win the game. Herbert never put them in a situation to win.
He lost the game.
Lawrence had 3 touchdowns. Lawrence had 3 touchdowns. How many touchdowns? Herbert had 3 points. He led an offense to 3 points.
Played well, but did he actually lose the game for his team?
He did, because he did nothing. He was never put in a situation to go win it because he sucked all game. Give me with this.
Richie, there were critical third downs, and they were flipping the field at the 45, and Keenan Allen dropping the dead flag.
It's everyone else's fault.
So hold on, Keenan Allen and those.
And by the way, Drake May was sacked the same amount of times as Herbert. So miss me with the offensive line excuse. Drake May was sacked 5 times. Herbert was sacked like 6 times. I don't want to hear about no offensive line.
The point. What did Drake May do? Drake May showed up in the fourth quarter.
Exactly, that Herbert didn't. Okay. Same narrative with Caleb Williams. He was trash for the first half. What happened with Caleb Williams in the fourth quarter? He stepped up, and now he won the game, and now we're singing Caleb Williams' praise. This was Justin Herbert's moment. He could have been trash for literally 3.5 quarters, but if he stepped it up in the last 8 minutes or so, led a touchdown drive, got the ball back, and led another touchdown drive for the win, he didn't do that. He's not built like that. It's that simple. I don't want to hear any other.
Your takes live in absolute.
So
two things can be true. Herbert was garbage in the game, but don't act like it was just him.
I said that in my long take that it was not just him.
McConkey's big drop deep. All of these things matter in games.
Yeah, I also see a lot of missed throws.
So for me, like, you make it inside the 10 twice and walk away with 3 points, that's on the quarterback for me. So I think that's the real story right there is that like he had
rushing, got him all the way down there. And remember, one time in the red zone, Dan, 1st and goal from the 10, Herbert runs 4 yards. Herbert runs again, another 3. The one throw to the outside, nobody open. He had to put it up for his guy to try to get it. I mean, y'all looking at the game, it's easy to say, oh, this is your coming out party to show whether you're it or not. There are circumstances where you're going to get obliterated with the game plan. It's no different from how Lamar looks in a big moment whenever situations like this happen in the regular season. It happens when the help around you doesn't show up. These things happen too. They happen. I mean, he needed help from his teammates in this. Can you name the teammate that helped him all game? Name the one player on the Chargers on the offensive side of the ball that contributed. Name it. Just one.
I can't name it for him himself.
I can talk about Ramondre Stevenson made some critical big-time runs. I can talk about all that for the Patriots. Tell me the one Charger player that was trying to help Herbert. False start, 1st and 15, 2nd and 18.
I think we have a different perspective because you look at it. I look at it from a different perspective. I look at it backwards. I rely on the quarterback to be great enough to elevate the guys around him, and not rely on the playmakers to bail out quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
If you're great, you can level up your game to new heights that your guys can come out there and put them in good situations. And I understand the players got to go out there and execute. I'm not saying that it's all Herbert. I never said this is all Justin Herbert's fault.
Richie, you're down 6-3 at your 40-yard line, and it's 3rd and 6, and Keenan Allen is wide open coming across the middle. You put it right in his hands, and you asking the quarterback to elevate the people around him. He put it right in his hands.
Of course, I said that. Of course, there's also missed throws that you're just forgetting. Like, why are you just nitpicking the drop passes and not the plays that Herbert left out there? Like, I feel like you just focus on the things that don't help out.
The missed throws. The same missed throws Drake May was having the entire first 3 quarters deep.
Yeah, but then what happened? Drake May came through and made the throws when Herbert couldn't.
It's that simple. Throws,
and that's all was needed in a slow burning defensive game. You just needed 2 throws to win that matter.
It's the moments that matter.
Those are the game-winning plays.
I agree, but Justin Herbert back to pass, 1, bam, rocked. In a critical moment where you're trying to have stuff down the field develop. Are we ignoring the last 2 drives of the Chargers and saying that's on Herbert? These guys were coming unblocked, not even a guy touching them. You're talking about routes that they're trying to go get 10, 15, 20 yards.
I don't know, man. I just feel like you have an attachment to these guys. You can never hold them accountable. I saw Joe Burrow go to the Super Bowl with the worst offensive line in history, bro.
No,
quarterbacks figure out ways to do it, man. That's all I'm saying, man. Quarterbacks can figure it out with bad supporting
accountability. If you look at those last 2 drives and you say they had anything to do with Herbert,
he lacks that it factor. He lacks that ability where this guy's gonna go out there and do something special. I'm waiting for it. Let's see it. And of course, what you're saying is not wrong, TD, in terms of the context of all the things.
Every time he ran the ball on 3rd and long and picked up the first, that was his version of doing things. He kept them even close in it the entire time. Like, y'all are missing that.
Congrats, Herbert. You kept it close.
Yeah. Well,
you did.
Well, folks, the Chargers are sent home and the New England Patriots advance and play the winner of one of 2 teams that are playing tonight, Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. We're going to get you guys out of here soon. We're going to keep our previews and predictions short. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Houston Texans. How I look at it is this, right? You have the Houston Texans coming into Pittsburgh. I think that the Pittsburgh Steelers, surprisingly enough, and we can laugh at the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think they match up the best against Houston than any other team that was in the wild card landscape on the AFC. I think this is going to be their toughest outs. You need to understand that the Houston Texans defense travels. They're probably going to cause some issues for Aaron Rodgers. Keep in mind, Aaron Rodgers, while he's old, his football IQ is still at that elite level that we all know from him. I think Aaron Rodgers, if you're trying to confuse him with sort of covered up zone concepts, not going to happen with him. Can their weapons make plays? But the one unit in Houston that I do not trust the travel whatsoever is their offense, who is already ranked toward the bottom of the league in general. And now you're going into Pittsburgh where it's going to be frigid temperatures. I believe wind is going to play a factor. I think Pittsburgh is going to win this game. I genuinely believe it. At home, I think this is going to be a pretty good game from Aaron Rodgers. I think it's going to be low scoring, but give me the Pittsburgh Steelers 16-13. TD. You're muted.
Yeah, we're on to something because I got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning.
No, you're good.
I'm not. Can you hear me?
It's laggy. Yeah.
You're good. Okay, you're good.
You're on to something, Dan, because I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this game as well. Being a defensive battle, I got 24-20. Pittsburgh gets the W, 34-degree weather. Remember, they are at home in that environment. Houston used to being cozy and comfortable in that dome over in Houston. And I could see them going into this situation and Aaron Rodgers actually methodically abusing them tonight. That is a great defense. But the small little intangible things, I believe Aaron Rodgers is going to get the best of this defense. And it's not even going to be pretty. The Steelers are going to punt the football a lot, but they are going to break through the Texans defense more than the Texans are going to break through the Steelers defense here in January. It's just about Rodgers for me. I believe in Aaron Rodgers in this situation, in this moment. CJ Stroud's been playing better football. But again, you're going to Pittsburgh type of defense with Tomlin. He's ready for this. And this is really going to come down to how great CJ Stroud can be in this one. You know, if he has a Herbert-like game, they lose it. If he has at least in my opinion, Caleb Williams-like flash, like he had his rookie year, they can get the win, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. It's cold, 34 degrees. Yep. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. And one thing I want everyone to remember, we all glorify this Houston Texans defense, and it's well-deserved. They're very good, but they have 28 takeaways on the season, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have 27. So this defense over in Pittsburgh, they take the football away, and Houston is about to be going up into cold-ass Pittsburgh at night with an already struggling offense, and that's in a dome. All right? So if Pittsburgh wins, I don't think it's going to be much so on Aaron Rodgers in the offense. I think it's going to be some pretty key takeaways that give Aaron Rodgers beautiful field position. It's going to be a field goal game tonight, folks. Guarantee you that. Richie, talk to me.
Yeah, it's going to be defensive. The path to victory for Houston, yeah, CJ Stroud got to step up, but I don't trust him to be honest. It's all on that defense, man. Like if Houston's defense, they have a Super Bowl caliber defense where they can sneak into the AFC Championship game just because of how elite that defense really is. Like that's how good it is, but it's got to be clicking on all cylinders. No mental mistakes, no blown coverages. You know, Aaron Rodgers has been studying this. He's going to understand exactly what's coming from that defense. And the thing about this defense of Houston, it's not one of those defenses like TD always likes to break down, which is Brian Flores. They're not going to confuse you pre-snap. They show you what's coming. They're not afraid. They're going to send 4, and they're going to get home with 4, drop 7 in coverage, and it's just going to be a 4-man rush getting home within 2 to 3 seconds. And then the linebackers are fast. They are absolutely violent. I mean, DeMeco Ryans is an absolutely fantastic coach who comes from a defensive side of the ball. So I'm excited to see what that defense looks like. And when it comes from Pittsburgh, I just trust Aaron Rodgers. I'm going with the Steelers. I think that he's going to make enough plays. I think it's going to be, a common thread of this weekend of the wild card games is a lot of activity in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I think that's going to be in this game where Rodgers is going to feel out the defense. He's going to understand things. He's going to have 3 quarters to see what type of looks they're in. And then in the fourth quarter, you're going to see him level it up. I think it's going to be a fun fourth quarter. And the Steelers are going to win this game 21-17.
Damn, man. All right, guys, a clean sweep for tonight. All 3 of us have the Steelers winning this game. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Can Houston shock the world? I love their defense, but their offense is absolutely putrid. Regardless, thank you so much for tapping into another edition of Fourth and Forever. We love you guys. It's crazy to think that several of you always, make this a part of your day-to-day. It's wild stuff. We have a super chat, and the Chargers defense, and so they got 2 turnovers, only came out with 3 points. That is true.
Yeah, their defense came through. You can't say that they didn't have their defense supporting them because they absolutely did.
What do you got to say to the audience right before we let them go, Rich?
Shout out to LaSalle for the super chat. Happy birthday to TD, as JD alludes to here. TD, hope you have a great birthday. Officially, in your, what are you, in your 60s, 70s.
41, man. It's beautiful.
I'm just messing around, man. Enjoy the day with your family. You deserve it. Happy birthday to TD. Kick up, and everybody wish some happy birthday energy right now in the chat for TD.
Happy birthday, TD Fins Talk, man. We love you, TD, and we love all of you watching, man. Thank you so much for making this a part of your daily routine. Subscribe to the channel. For the love of God, 297 of you are watching. I guarantee you 100 of you are not subscribed. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on bell notifications. And we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Deuces.